Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Marriage Toxin chapters 35, 36, and 37 at least. We'll do those three, and then we'll see what I feel like, how my computer's holding up. I guess that's really the big thing, and if I feel like I can record more, I'll do more, but I am recording this a little bit late already, and I'd like to post it the same day that I'm recording, so we'll see. Last time, at the very end, Ushio showed back up, the water user Ushio, and it's a very much Squidward, oh no, he's hot moment. Turns out Ushio is both a woman and attractive. I love the short hair. I really love it. So I think Ushio is going to show up here to help, why am I blanking on Hikarugero's name? To help him get to the Dogo facility in order to save his strength a bit, because he's been using his abilities a lot before he has to face off against Dogo himself, who, might I say, I think has been a great antagonist so far. Probably the best antagonist so far, or at least my favorite. In addition to that, we still need to see what's going to be the end results of the stuff that happened, or the stuff that Hyakko did to Piichi and Kinosaki, to see how all of that goes with all the Crimson Marriage stuff. And then also Arashiyama trying to escape on her own using Sirius and everything. And Arashiyama is amazing. I really think that as much as I loved Himekawa and Ureshino, Arashiyama to me is the first to really give Kinosaki a run for best girl, in terms of not only having an attractive character design, but just being a really good character. I love Arashiyama's character, the most so far, of the three sort of arc romances. But I like reusing Ushio here. I really love the idea of a series making use of its characters. Introducing a new character is always nice and all, but whenever for a plot reason it's oh, we need somebody to do this, I love when a series will bring back a character from a few arcs ago, and it just makes it feel like the characters are recurring. It makes it feel like everyone's important, so you should pay attention to everyone. It's just really good story-wise, and it could also lead to future stuff with Ushio, where we start out with Ushio as an antagonist of the Himekawa arc, not the antagonist, but an antagonist of the Himekawa arc, and then comes back to play a supporting role in this arc, and then later on we could have a full-blown Ushio arc just stemming from all of that, and it's a character that we're not just being introduced to, but has been built up over the course of multiple arcs. So again, it could lead to some really great story content in the future. I'd love a full Ushio arc if that's what this ends up leading to sometime in the future. So yeah, either way, Marriage Toxins continued to be incredible. After just watching, since the last time I did a video probably, watching the Chainsaw Man anime, I just really hope that one day Marriage Toxin can get an adaptation like that, or so many of the modern adaptations that we see, when you can really care, or really tell that the people who made the anime care about the source material and care about making it look as good as possible and getting as many people to fall in love with it as possible. If Marriage Toxin could get an anime adaptation where the studio behind it, the team behind it, put the love into it that so many modern adaptations have been doing, it would be incredible. I would love it. But either way, let's actually get into reading. Long intro, as usual, aside. Alright, we see Marriage Toxin, chapter 35, and we have, oh yeah, the sign saying Dogo Biotechnology Lab is a kilometer ahead. Just to be clear, I have no intention of being buddy-buddy with you. Oh yeah, from what she said, she might have been hired? I'm only here because that marriage swindler hired me. Okay, yep, I hired her, okay. And leaving a debt unpaid goes against my principles. And we see when he helped her survive. Water user, you. That being said. And we're showing her without the mask here. Do I need to reread the Himekawa arc? I didn't really remember Ushio. I thought maybe the mask cracked and we saw a bit of their face, but I didn't think we full-on saw Ushio's face back then. That being said, you're looking a little worse for wear as usual. Let me guess, you're here doing one of those cheap jobs again, aren't you? Man, I love her design. She might have one of the best designs so far. Again, I love the short hair. the short hair, like the angular facial features, the earrings, and I love the outfit, how like the sleeves are big and baggy, but the leggings are tight. It's so good looking. Um, it pays 10,000 yen a day, and that's approximately, okay, they always do this. 10, you realize you're from one of the top 5 families, right? That kind of behavior will send prices for our services plummeting. And then both of them react. We see the looming squad of beast users, probably. I mean, come on. I don't see how any of this is cost effective. So, I know why I'm here. We have a rhino to take down the beast user for the sake of my future cafe customers. But what about you two? Piichi's just riding a rhino with all these guys chasing them. Why are you both willing to go so far for that lady? Okay, and he's thinking back to Arashiyama. Well, there's not much in it for me. It's all to help Geto-kun find his one. If he keeps on helping people through these jobs, somewhere along the way he'll meet the one for him. I love the random background people yelling at them. If marriage is his endgame, aren't there better ways to go about it? Like going to mixers or using apps. Do you really need to risk your lives like this? You know, you're right. Our method isn't the most efficient. I feel like for Geto, though, those other methods don't really work for him. But still, it's the best method for him. At first, he didn't think a man like himself could help people. You're gonna help a ton of women, score you some points with the ladies, and make you into somebody's special person. That's true. It's not just about finding women that are right for him in a way that's right for him. It's also building up his self-esteem and showing that he can help people. But once we put our plan in motion, he exceeded every one of my expectations, and we see Himekawa and Ereshino. This is just what I think, but he's probably always wanted to do this, to use his abilities to help people. Well, this is all just based on my own evaluation, but I really believe that ours is the best plan for Geto-kun. And see, I love this series so much because of how like deep the character stuff has been with Geto. It's so good. And we need the best plan to find him his best partner. And Piichi smiles to himself. Guess all that time swindling men and women taught you a lot about them, huh? Hee hee. And now we see, I love the sort of Sanji on his hands, handstand spin kicking from Geto in the background, with Ushio blasting water in the foreground. Crap, I clearly underestimated them. And they're actually talented, the beast users. They're just grunts, but their close combat skills are extraordinary. I'm gonna run out of groundwater, and I don't have room left to save any while water user. Lend me a hand. Excuse me, but I'm under no obligation to follow I need your help. And she stops. Man, and see, I love this too. Her stopping when it's not in order, but asking for help. There's like so much good character stuff that happens, and so much story that's told through just the physical movements and facial expressions, which is something that, to bring Chainsaw Man up again, that's something that I've really praised that for, where a lot of the story is told through the visuals and facial expressions. And I just feel like the art style from Marriage-Toxin is one of my favorite manga art styles ever. I've really been loving it. And then it's the toxic gas. Here it comes. Is he using water vapor to spread it, maybe? Or at least maybe even to just bluff them out? Everyone fall back. Don't lose sight of our target. There's nothing to be scared of if we keep our distance. Give it some time and it'll all dissipate. We anticipated this attack from the poison user. He won't get... And one of them falls over. And we see this cloud shaped like a snake coming towards them. What the? The toxic gas? It's being directly funneled into our mouths and nose. And we have presumably water control or water vapor from Ushio, paired with the mixing of poisons from Geto. What a cool set of panels. And the two of them stand with everybody fallen. Geto-sama, and she was able to use the water to like cover her mouth. As a water user, mist is one of the tools in my arsenal, but asking me to mix it with your toxic gas and manipulate it is incredibly reckless. Please no more on-the-fly demands. Preliminary meetings are a must in the business world. Sorry about that. Anyway, time is money. Let's keep moving. Hey, water user? Thanks. I'm glad you're here. Oh my god, I love her face. I love his facial expression here too. The faces are just so good in Marriage Toxin. It's amazing. And then moving on to the next panel too with Kinosaki and Piichi. Actually, I called another girl for backup as a surprise. They've probably met up by now. But Arashiyama-san's already there. Isn't that just asking for trouble? Assemble comrades, it's time to face the beast user. So I like this. Everyone's meeting up, though you still have Dogo himself, you still have whatever crimson marriage nonsense he's gonna pull out. You still have Hyakko, who's seemingly really strong and I want to know more about. Hopefully Hyakko can be a Ushio type character and somebody that recurs in a future arc as not an antagonistic force. But we'll see. Either way, this was an incredible chapter. I talked about it a lot as I went through it, as I've been doing lately, so I don't want to spend too much time on like between chapter discussion. I'm just going to go straight to 36 and we can talk about it more as we go through that one. What? And chapter 36 starts with this guy. Oh, I guess, okay, I'm moving down a little. I guess he's one of the prisoners. Unless he's the guard, but no, he looks probably more like he's one of the prisoners. You must clear your heart. Throw away any hope of leaving this place alive. It's the only way you can die in peace here. A while ago, I saw another lab rat get tossed into the next cell. She doesn't look like she'll last long. Don't resist. Don't fight. Spare yourself from more suffering. Yes, clear your heart. Hold on to your sanity and die a human, or lose your mind and die a beast. Those were the only choices we were given the moment we fell into this place. And we have the constricting snake on them. She has 3 days left. We're getting a recap. I've only got a few hours left. Sending women and children on errands like this. There are some cruel people out there, and we're getting an Arashiyama flashback. She's already one of the best characters. I'm so excited. I love flashbacks in manga, because you know that's where the good stuff comes in. And for a character that's already great, we see her getting grabbed by the throat. This is scrub and gut, a drug both highly addictive and good at cleaning your insides. A 2-in-1 drug just for you. Now, you scurrying, pesky little mouse girl, we'll be taking those little organs of yours. And she cries. My brother disappeared, so I tried to take on a job in his place, and we see the recycling truck from before, but I couldn't do it. I don't want... Is that going to be your brother? And they don't recognize each other? I wonder. I don't want to die like this. I should have stood my ground against the pack and said no, so I guess that's the pack that all got wiped out and killed on the rooftop before. I hate this. I wish I was never born a special... And then the door comes crashing in. Oh, and this is why she loves Geto so much. Did Geto save her back then? We see she gets dropped as he's avoiding the bullets and attacking these guys. Damn it. Why'd the authorities hire someone from a top 5 family to come after us? Alright. Shame on them. And we see her seeing Geto as a kid. I only did the job I was told to do. And he leaves, showing that two things can both be true. Both that, like Kinosaki was saying, Geto is someone who's always wanted to do this, like use his power to help people, but he's also someone who's always pushed it deep down. But also showing the other thing that's true is that Geto back then has grown into such a more amazing person who he is now. Especially, like, he was already a great guy with a great friend, and he said that a lot of that was because of the positive influence of Bug User. And then, on top of that, meeting Kinosaki. I love, again, stories like, I would say, similar to Lycoris Recoil, where a lot of that show was showing how having a positive influence in your life can change people like Mika and Chisato, where this is also showing like how having positive influences in your life, like Bug User and Kinosaki, have helped Gero grow into a better person, into who he is now. He's so cool, she thinks. Back then I made a vow. I swore I'd stand my prince, my savior, Hikaru Gero, for the rest of my life. And I like, too, that we're kind of seeing her relationship with Gero being built from this adoring fan who's obsessed with him into now getting to know the real him. And then we have her looking at him. But even then I knew the truth. I just knew his heart was in shambles. I was a jerk to construe him into something he wasn't to fit my own needs. Yeah, her making him into a hero when he wasn't. I want to help. And then the cloud of the flashback is fading away. Now he's back yet again, extending his hand to me. But unlike before when he was just following orders, this time it's because he wants to. He's grown into an even more wonderful person. But here I am, still a useless piece of trash. And then, hamster user Arashiyama, let's kick that bastard's ass. Together. And I love the scratches of the flashback coming into her mind and how it fades in and out. This time, I'll do it right. I'll answer his call. I'll give him everything I've got. And we have the hamsters plopping back in through the vent. Serious, finding some new friends, it seems. And she talks to them and sends them back through the vents again. I'll send my rodent pals to take up positions in each cell and have them spread my message. Altered lineage amplified. Pipsqueak network. Alright. Hello everyone. This is Kimie Arashiyama. I'm a hamster user. Hear me out. What say we rise up and take this place down? She is the best. I love Arashiyama. This is so cool. Her character is so deep, and I love the way that it fits so well with Gero's, which is hard because I've mentioned with previous characters how it's kind of difficult, where we know he can only end up with one of them, so the development of the characters and the relationship with him kind of hurts sometimes. But it's so perfect to where he's grown so much, and the influence of him is helping her grow and helping her overcome herself because he believes in her, and also the pressure of wanting to match up with him in terms of taking down the Dogo head together. It's also pushing her forward, both clearing away her doubts and giving her this push, okay, I need to do better for him. So man, I love the growth. I love the character. It's so good. But yeah, either way, incredible chapter. Let's move on to 37 and see what we get this next time. And chapter 37 is starting us off with a weird Kinosaki panel. Hold on. The search for the best partner continues in this week's chapter of Marriagetoxin. Heya, it's Mei Kinosaki. Heya, I'm Mei Kinosaki. I'm just your average run-of-the-mill marriage swindler. These days, I've been helping a young man, Gero-kun, in his mission to find a spouse. At least, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. How did I find myself in this mess? What does marriage advising have to do with any of this? And we have Kinosaki looking on as Piichi is just blowing through all of these soldiers. This guy is Piichi-kun. We started off as enemies, but once we found out he was gunning for the beast user too, we started working together. To be frank, he's a bit of a beast himself. Not only is he insanely strong, maybe the chapter starts off this way because this is the beginning of a new volume, maybe. But all it took for him to fully recover from his blast injuries was a 10-hour sleep session. He's a real freak. We took the shortest path to the beast user stronghold, and we see the shortcut compared to what the others took. I kind of just found a back door. And he instantly took out these experts called the five beast stars. Yeah, it didn't take much, honestly. And now we're here, and we just have the lineup of everyone's heads stuck into the ceiling. It's so good. And they creak the doors open. Okay, and this looks like it might, yeah, it's actually the main room that we've seen them at before, with the table and some sort of creature. I guess maybe it's some sort of big bat creature because of the bats that we've seen around him so much, and him using them as messengers too. And I would assume that it's probably the result of some crazy Crimson Marriage meddling. We just have like all these fossils everywhere. These weird, I don't like, they're like T's. They're not really crucifixes, they're almost like T's. Or are they supposed to be the katakana ke? Like ke? I don't know. And we we still have bear suit. We have bear suit Hyakko. Is that the karate bear from before? So the one behind it is the beast user. Hyakko, buy me 10 seconds. Okay, altered lineage amplified. Bump up. And then we have their reactions as Piichi tanks the attack. But we have cracking as it hits. Leave it to me, Toshiro-sama. Even in the underworld, where spirits of evil and greed run rampant, we were outcasts, the tainted. Did you hear about the Hyakko family? They take out their beast partners' insides and wear their skin. They're crazy. Okay, so Hyakko was actually a part of like a bear family, but they wear the bear pelts. Freaks. Hiring you tainted makes the client look bad. Just be grateful I'm sharing any work with you. And then, Mom, looks like I made a little mistake at work, and she was actually injured inside. It's not fair. I can't believe they won't even treat your wounds. It's all right. It's my fault for getting hurt. Never show your face here again. Get out. You and your dirty clan aren't welcome here, and we have the doctors sending them away. And then she goes back to find her mom. Mom? Why? Why is everything so unfair? And then Toshiro comes in. I feel the same way. I hate all of it. Every bit of it. I hate that this world is bound by all these stupid-ass rules. And he pulls out the little bat thing he had before. And then, the inept are nothing but fodder for us and us alone. Come with me. We'll destroy this rotten world together. I was empty, and we cut back to her fighting Piichi, but Toshiro-sama gave me a new purpose, a thirst I'd never felt before. Toshiro-sama's wish is and then taken down by Piichi. Maybe we can serve some wild game meat dishes at the cafe too, he thinks. And then with all the cuts surrounding Hyakko's bear pelt, it falls over. Whoa, in one attack. You should know, I'm not fighting for justice, but, Mr. Beast User, if your goal is to take the lives of others, then I'll have to take yours. Hey, how long are you gonna lie there? And he walked past Piichi quicker than he could notice. My apologies, Toshiro-sama. No, not that. Look, it's finally complete. Made from combining 93 Beast Clan branch and sub-branch bloodlines, and the blood of 6 specialists, including Gero. A wicked, custom-made beast, just for you. And the casing breaks. Oh, the casing breaks and he places Hyakko into it. The Amalgamation. That is such a cool name. And a nuts design. And the Amalgamation, Hyakko. So that's interesting, because Hyakko would sound sort of like 100, and I'm interested if the kanji for it, if there is kanji for it in the Japanese version, I'll have to try to find the raws, is like 100 something. Because it seems like the Hyak part, or like the hya and tsu part, could be from the kanji for 100, and the ko part could be from another one. The amalgamation, Hyakko. And then, hyahaha, doesn't it feel great to be powerful? Built upon corpses and obsession, a horrific beast is born. Okay, that's so cool. So Dogo himself is terrifying, but now he also has the Hyakko. And it's so difficult to tell, like, I feel like Ghetto might be necessary for taking it out, because it's very difficult to tell how strong Piichi is, because sometimes he faces some real setbacks here, like him not being able to keep up with Dogo's movements, or him, like, taking damage from Byakko's attacks. But then on the other side of things, he just finishes things in one shot. So it's difficult to tell sometimes. But let's see how long that took me to read. I think I can do one more chapter. I'm going to do one more. I want to. I need to. Let's do chapter 38. Chapter 38, and for this one it looks like we're starting with a map, and maybe we might be recapping what happened with Ghetto. So that kind of makes me think that maybe last chapter was like the beginning of a new volume. That's why they're doing this recap kind of stuff. Dogo, and I love it. I love when manga does this, so I'm totally happy with it. Dogo Biotechnology Lab map. We have the main entrance in the lake up top. That's where Ushio and Ghetto are. We have Ghetto and Ushio's route, and Piichi and Kinosaki's route from the other side of the island going straight in. The 5 beast stars, all dead. And then the research lab where the fight is taking place. I love the little version of the Hyakko here, actually. The little, like, version of Hyakko behind Toshiro. Dive deep into the animal kingdom. All you need to know for the upcoming showdown. And then beneath them, the test subject detention cells, which is where the uprising led by Arashiyama's at. And then we start off seeing Ushio and Ghetto with this wall of walruses. She smiles. I regret to inform you that the moment you chose this place as our battlefield, you lost, and they all just get blown away. Ghetto-sama, let us proceed. And then we see down below again the Hyakko. The Hyakko is so cool. And again, it makes you wonder, did Byakko die from the attack or whatever to become part of this? Or does becoming part of this kill Byakko? Or is Byakko going to end up being fine somehow? And it goes in for an attack. Alright, is he going to try to tank it like before? I love the design of this thing. Very Bloodborne-esque. I love it. I don't think a knife is going to cut it this time. Ah, man, in this panel with his eyes and then the reflection of the Hyakko in the knife. I need to find something else to use. Something large and heavy. Something that can pierce it right through. And he's looking at the stalagmites and the weird, again, not really crucifix things that are hanging out here. I wonder if they're meant to, like, be burial places for the people used in the experiment. I can't tell, like, why those are there. This'll do. And he reaches in and pulls out a spine attached to a ribcage. Interesting, though, that maybe I don't know enough about archaeology. Maybe they're like archaeological, like, markers or something, because he pulls out the thing from beneath it. A giant animal's bones, and he swings it as a club. We're going very Bloodborne-ish here. And then a huge collision, but the bones he uses crumble, and Piichi's left bleeding. We see a shot of Toshiro, and then, he uses another, like, I guess fossil maybe you would say? Not really a fossil, I don't know. He uses another skeleton. But this one is battered as well, and punched through by the Hyakko. Its blows are quicker and heavier than I expected. It seems to possess atypically light yet tough muscles and bones, and the ability to freely contort its outer anatomy. He must have put a ton of effort into making this one. Okay then. And one of its eyes open. Rinnegan? How about this? I'll obscure its vision and rush behind it. Then launch a fatal. And it's fast. Holy crap, that panel is nuts. The way it shows up behind him like that. It predicted my next move? No way. Is it just that quick? Do I have time to block it? Best case scenario, I lose an arm. Oh man, this is gonna hurt. And he tanks the attack. Why? Why isn't anything working? Everyone's a lightweight compared to me. A specialist or not, I've never met anyone I couldn't take care of. That's what you're thinking. Alright, and it looks like he still has both arms, thankfully. Right, Piichi-kun? There's nothing to be surprised about. So much of the facial expressions and the panels are incredible in Marriage Toxin. Hyakko is my creation, the product of carefully selected specialist blood, blended together with yours. And we see the different animals with Piichi and Geto as well, so it might be immune to poisons then. What you're fighting is an upgraded version of yourself. And then it looks like the claws might dig into his back. Piichi-kun. Alright. Yeah, it seems like he's down. And Piichi-kun, that was actually Kinosaki yelling. We have his phone buzzing. A call? Could you get that for me? What, right now? My special girl's calling. Please. Piichi-kun, it's an emergency. Huh? Did the beast user send an assassin? You won't believe it. Goose King just announced a national live tour for their 10th anniversary. And then, is he going to, like, play it off like he's just excited, like none of this is happening? And we have reactions from Kinosaki and Toshiro. Aomori, Aichi, Fukuoka, and finally the Budokan. Trying to get tickets is gonna be hell. So make sure you're free. Okay, Piichi-kun, I'd hate to go alone. Talk to you later. Bye. And then it ends. What the heck? All that waiting for nothing? Your poor clueless girl. She had no idea she was talking to the man she loves for the very last time. End him. And then... Oh? We have Toshiro reacting in surprise. Marin knew what she was doing. Thought of protecting my ordinary, everyday life with her. And he bats it away. We see her smiling. Is exactly what lights a fire under me. He's wearing the skull and wielding one of the bones. Cornered by a beast, Piichi turns into a beast himself. This is so good. This is like, just art-wise, just taking in the visuals, like, just basking in the art of Marriage Toxin. It's one of the best manga. Just the most visually pleasing to me. It is so good looking. I love the Hyakko's design. All of the like facial expressions and panels that we've had during this fight, and during every fight, during every chapter, whether it's a fight or just a conversation, are so good. The art is incredible. The characters are incredibly well done. I just cannot wait for more. We even got a little bit of a backstory and some more stuff about Hyakko, so like I said, I hope she makes it. Toshiro's design is great. I've been saying Toshiro since technically they're all kind of dogo, like he's the head of the dogo. So I've been saying Toshiro, because also that's kind of, I don't know if it's easier to remember, because Dogo, he's the beast user, the Doggo clan. I don't know. I like them all. So I don't know what's going to become of him in the future, if they're actually going to be able to take him down this early, given that he's one of the heads of the 5 sort of big families. I don't know. This is incredible, though. This is so good. I'm going to end this here so that I can go ahead and get this video up for you all. I love Marriage Toxin. I love it so much. Thank you for watching, though. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's 4 chapters, my reaction to them, all of that. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to, we can talk on Twitter, we can talk on Discord. The server is free and open for anyone. All you got to do is ask, and I'll give you a link. In addition to that, if you want to help me to continue to make videos, if you want to help support the channel, you can drop a super thanks down below and it'd be appreciated. Or if you want One Piece a bit early, patrons and members get One Piece a bit early and also get a shout out at the end of every video. If you want to be at the end of every video, you can hit join down below to become a channel member, or you can go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a channel patron. Thank you so much to people who are already patrons and members. Thank you so much to Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, Magical Girls FR Nono and Smeller Dog, Cherryton Student David Langstaff, Slayer Candidate SG, and Pure Element Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time.